Glorious to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Our glorious to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila, Chapter 15, Text 22. Advaita kahi satya kahi nakari hakopa laguda piraite para have jani gopa. At this time, Srila Advaita Acharya said, "Please do not be angry. I speak the truth. I shall know that you are a cowherd boy only if you can wheel this rod about." 23. Tabe lagu dalana prabhu piraite lagila bara bara akashe peli lupiya dharila. Accepting Advaita Acharya's challenge, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took a big rod and began to wheel it around and around. Again and again, he threw the rod into the sky and caught it when it fell. 24. Shri Hera upare priste samukhe dhui pase padhamadhye firaya lagura dekhi loka hase. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wheeled and threw the rod, sometimes over his head, sometimes behind his back, sometimes in front of him, sometimes his side, and sometimes between his legs. All the people laughed to see this. 25. Halata chakrera praya bhaguda firaya dekhi sarva loka chite chamatkara paya. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wired the rod in a circle like a fire band, and the heart of everyone who saw it was astonished. 26. Hey mata nityananda viraya lagura ke bujibe tanha dhunhara rupa bhava gura. Nityananda Prabhu also played at whirling the rod. Who can understand how they were ecstatically immersed in the deep emotions of the cowherd boys? 27. Prataparudrira agyaya parichatulasi Jagannatera prashada vasra eka lanasi. Following the orders of Maharaja Prataparudra, the temple superintendent named Tulasi brought one of Lord Jagannath's used cloths. 28. Bahumulya Vastra Prabhu Mastake Bandhila Acharyadi Prabhura Ganere Paraila. This valuable cloth was wrapped around the head of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The other devotees, headed by Advaita Acharya, also had cloths wrapped about their heads. 29. Kanani Kutiya Jaginata Duijana Aveshe Vilai Lagare Chila Yata Dhana. In ecstasy, Kanani Kutiya, who is dressed as Nanda Maharaj, and Jagannath Mahiti, who is dressed as Mother Yashoda, distributed all the riches they had stocked at home. 30. Dekhi Mahaprabhu Bada Santosha Paila Mata pita jane dunhe namaskara kaila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was greatly satisfied to see this. Accepting them as his father and mother, he offered them obeisances. 31. Harama aveshe prabhu aila nijagara ehimata lila kare goranga sundara. In great ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to his residence. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, known as Gauranga Sundara, performed various pastimes. 32. Vijaya dasami lanka vijayera dine Annara sanya kaila prabhulana bhaktagane. On the day celebrating the conquest of Lanka, a day known as Vijaya Dasmi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dressed up all his devotees as monkey soldiers. 33. Hanuman avesha prabhu vriksha shakalana Lanka gare chari pele gara bangiya. Displaying the emotions of Hanuman, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took up a large tree branch and, mounting the walls of the Lanka fort, began to dismantle it. 34. Kahandre Ravana Prabhu Kahe Krodh Haveshe Jaganmata Hare Papi Marimu Savamse. In the ecstasy of Hanuman, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu angrily said, "Where is that rascal Ravana? He has kidnapped the universal mother Sita. Now I shall kill him and all his family." 35. Goshanira avesha dekhi loke chamatkara sarvaloka jaya jaya vale bara bara. Everyone became very much astonished to see the emotional ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and everyone began to chant, all glories, again and again. 36. Ehi mata rasa yatra aradi pavali Uthana dvadhasi yatra dekila sakali. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees participated in all the festivals, including Rasa Yatra, Deepavali, and Uttana Dvadasi. Purport. The Deepavali festival takes place on the dark moon night in the month of Kartik, October through November. The Rasa Yatra, or Rasa dancing of Krishna, takes place on the full moon night of the same month. Uttana Dvadasi takes place on the day after Ekadashi, in the waxing fortnight on the moon in the same month. All the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu participated in all these festivals. 37. Ekadina Mahaprabhu Nityanandelana Uibai Yukti Kaila Nibrite Vasiya. One day the two brothers, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, consulted with each other while sitting together in a solitary place. 38. Ke bhayukti kaila dunhe ke ha nahi jane Pale anumana pache kaila bhakta gane. No one could understand what the brothers discussed between themselves, but later all the devotees could guess what the subject matter was. 39. Tabe Mahaprabhu Sabha Bhakti Bholaila Gaura Deshe Yaha Sabe Hidaya Karila. Thereafter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for all the devotees and asked them to return to Bengal. In this way, he bade farewell to them. 40. Sabhare Kahila Prabhu Pratyabda Asiya Bundicha Dekhiya Yabe Amare Meliya. Bidding farewell to all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested them to return to Jagannath Puri every year to see him, and then see the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. 41. Acharyera Agyadila Kariya Samara Achandala Adi Krishna Bhakti Diodana. With great respect, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Advaita Acharya give Krishna consciousness devotion to Krishna, even to the lowest of men, Chandalas. Purport. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order to all his devotees. Krishna Bhakti, devotion to Krishna, is open to everyone, even low-class men like Chandalas. One should follow this order in the disciplic succession stemming from Sri Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu and distribute Krishna consciousness without discrimination throughout the world. There are different kinds of men, beginning with the Brahmana and going down to the lowest platform known as Chandala. Whatever one's position, everyone in this age of Kali needs to be enlightened in Krishna consciousness. That is the greatest need of the day. Everyone is acutely feeling the pangs of material existence. Even in the ranks and files of the American Senate, the pinpricks of material existence are felt, so much so that April 30th, 1974 was actually set aside as prayer day. Thus everyone is feeling the resultant pinpricks of Kali Yuga brought about by human societies indulging in illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Now is the ultimate time for the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to distribute Krishna Bhakti all over the world and thus follow the orders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord has ordered everyone to become a guru. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya lila 7.128. Amhara Agya Guru Anatara Idesha. Everyone in every town and village should be enlightened by the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna consciousness should be distributed to everyone indiscriminately. In this way, the entire world will be peaceful and happy, and everyone will glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he desires. The word Chandala actually refers to a dog eater, who is considered the lowest of men. Even Chandalas can be enlightened in Krishna consciousness due to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's benedictions. Krishna Bhakti is not the monopoly of a certain caste. Everyone is eligible to receive this great benediction given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everyone should be given a chance to receive it and be happy. The word dana, meaning charity, is also significant in this verse. Whoever engages in the distribution of Krishna consciousness is a charitable person. Professional men recite Srimad Bhagavatam and discuss Krishna Bhakti for an exchange of money. They cannot distribute such exalted transcendental property to everyone and anyone. Only pure devotees, who have no motive other than serving Krishna, can give such transcendentally valuable benedictions out of charity. 42. Nityanande Agyadila Yahardora Deshe Anargala Prema Bhakti Pariha Prakashe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu, go to Bengal and without restriction manifest devotional service to the Lord, Krishna consciousness. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus ordered Nityananda Prabhu to deliver all the Bengalis to devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Mamhi Parta Vyapasrajaye Pishu Papa Yon Aya Striyo Vaishyas Tata Sudraste Piyanti Param Gatim. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and Sudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Whoever takes to Krishna consciousness and follows the regulative principles can return home, back to Godhead. In his Anubhasya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes, there is a class of so-called devotees called Prakrita Sahajas who think that Nityananda Prabhu is an ordinary human being. They have spread the news that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to return to Bengal from Orissa just to marry and beget children. This is certainly a great offense against Nityananda Prabhu. Such an offense is called Pashanda Buddhi, or an atheistic remark. Offenders consider Nityananda Prabhu to be like one of them, an ordinary human being. They do not know of Nityananda Prabhu's identity with the Vishnu Tattva. Thinking Nityananda Prabhu to be an ordinary human is the business of mental speculators known as Kanupatma Badis. These people accept the material body, which is a bag of three material elements, Kunapi Tridhatuke, as themselves. They think that Nityananda Prabhu's body was similarly material and that it was meant for sense gratification. Whoever thinks in this way is a candidate for the darkest regions of hell. Those who hanker after women and money, who are self-interested and have the mentality of merchants, can certainly discover many things with their fertile brains and speak against the authorized revealed scriptures. They also engage in some money-making businesses to cheat innocent people, and they try to support their business programs by making such offensive statements. Actually, Nityananda Prabhu, being the expansion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the most munificent incarnation. No one should consider him an ordinary human being or an entity, like the Prajapatis, who were ordered by Brahma to increase generations. Nityananda Prabhu should not be considered instrumental for sense gratification. Although professional so-called preachers support this idea, such statements are not found in any authorized revealed scriptures. Actually, there is no support for these statements made by Sahajas or other professional distributors of Krishna Bhakti. Text 43. Ramadasa Gadadhara Adhikata Jane Tomara Sahaya Lagi Dilu Tomara Sane. Nityananda Prabhu was given assistance like Ramadas, Gadadhar Das, and several others. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I give them to you to assist you. (44) Madhye Madhye Amito Mara Nikata Yaiba Alakshite Rahito Mara Nritya Dekiba. I shall go to see you at intervals. Keeping myself invisible, I shall watch you dance. 45. Srivasa Pandite Prabhu Kariya Lingana Kante Dari Kahitandre Madhura Bachana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Srivasa Pandit and with his arms about his neck began to speak to him sweet words. 46. Tomhara gare kirtane aminicha nachiba tuni dekha pabe ara keha na dekiba. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Srivas Thakur perform congregational chanting daily and be assured that I shall also dance in your presence. You will be able to see this dancing, but not others. 47. Ehi vastra matake diha ei sabha prashadad Dandavatkari amaraka samaiha aparadha. Take this prashadam of Lord Jagannath's and this cloth to deliver to my mother, Sachi Devi. After offering her obeisances, please request her to excuse my offenses. 48. Tanra seva chadhiyami kariyati sanyasa dharmana he kariyami nija dharmanasa. I have given up the service of my mother and have accepted the sannyas order. Actually, I should not have done this, for by doing so, I have destroyed my religious principles. 49. Tanra prema vasa ami tanra seva dharma tahachari kariyachi vatulera karma. I am subordinate to the love of my mother, and it is my duty to serve her in return. Instead of doing so, I have accepted the renounced order. Certainly this is the act of a madman. 50. Vathula balakera mata nahila yadosha eijani mata more nakaraya rosa. A mother is not offended by her mad son, and knowing this, my mother is not offended by me. 51. Kikaya sanyase mora premani jadana ikale sanyasa kailun jana hailamana. I had no business in accepting the renounced order and sacrificing my love for my mother, which is my real property. Actually, I was crazy. I was in a crazy state of mind when I accepted sannyas. 52. Nilachale achon muni tanhara ajnate madhye madhye asmi asi mutandra charana dekite. I am staying here at Jagannath Puri, Nilachala, to comply with her orders, but at intervals I go to see her lotus feet. 53. Nityayai deki muni tanhara charane suriti jnane ten hotaha satya nahi mane. Indeed, I go there daily to see her lotus feet. She is able to feel my presence, although she does not believe it is to be true. 54 through 55. Ekadina saliyama vyanjana panchasata sakamocha ganta brista patola nimba pata limbuada kanda dari dugda kanda sara salagrami samarpilena bahu upahara. One day my mother Sachi offered food to Salagram Vishnu. She offered rice cooked from the sali paddies, various kinds of vegetables, spinach, curry made of banana flowers, fried patola with nimba leaves, pieces of ginger with lemon, and also yogurt, milk, sugar candy, and many other foods. 56. Prashadalana kole karina krandana nimaira priya mora esaba vyanjana. Taking the food upon her lap, mother was crying to think that all that food was very dear to her Nimai. 57. Nimani nahika eta kekare bojana moradyane asrujale barila nayana. My mother was thinking, Nimai is not here. Who will accept all this food? As she meditated upon me in this way, her eyes filled with tears. 58. Sigrahayai munisaba karinu bachana sunyapatra dekiyasru kariya marjana. While she was thus thinking and crying, I immediately went there with great haste and ate everything. Seeing the dish empty, she wiped her tears away. 59. Kehana vyanjana kaila sunya kene pata pala gopala kiba kaila sababata. She then began to wonder who had eaten all that food. Why is the plate empty? She wondered, doubting that Bala Gopal had eaten it all. 60. Kiba mora kataya mane brahmahana gela kiba kona jantuasi sakala kaila. She began to wonder whether there had actually been anything on the plate in the first place. Then again, she thought that some animal might have come and eaten everything. 61. Kiba ami anapatre brahmena Kiba ami anapatre brahmena badila eti chinti pakapatra yana de kaila. She thought perhaps by mistake I did not put any food on the plate, so thinking she went into the kitchen and saw the pots. 62. Anavyanjana purna deki sakala bhajane dekiya samsaya haila kichu chamatkaramane. When she saw that all the pots were still filled with rice and vegetables, there was some doubt in her mind, and she was astonished. 63. Ishane bolana puna stana lepaila punarapi gopalake anasamarpila. Thus wondering, she called Ishana, the servant, and had the place cleaned again. She then offered another plate to Gopal. 64. Ei mata yabe karina utama randhana moe kayo yaite kare uta kantaya rodana. Now whenever she prepares some good cooked food and wants to feed it to me, she cries in great anxiety. 65. Tandra preme ani amaya karaya bhojane antare manaye sukha balye nahimane. Being obliged by her love, I am brought there to eat. Mother knows all these things internally and feels happiness, but externally she does not accept them. 66. Ehi vijaya dasamite haila e iriti tanha ke puchiya tanra karai ha pratiti. Such an incident took place on the last Vijaya Dasami day. You can ask her about this incident and thus make her believe that I actually go there. 67. Eteka kahite prabhu vihavala haila loka vidaya karite prabhu dharila. 68. Raghava pandite kahena vachana sarasa Tomara sudha preme amihai tomara vasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next spoke some relishable words to Raghava Pandit. He said, I am obliged to you due to your pure love for me. 69. Inhara Krishna Sevara Katasuna Sarvajana Parama Pavitra Seva Ati Sarvo Atma. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus informed everyone, just hear about the pure devotional service rendered to Krishna by Raghava Pandit. Indeed, Raghava Pandit's service is supremely pure and highly accomplished. 70. Aradravya Rahusuna Narikele Rakata Panchaganda Kari Narikela Vikaya Tata. Apart from other commodities, just hear about his offering of coconuts. A coconut is sold at the rate of 5 gandas each. 71. Vatita kata sata vrikshe laksha pala tatapi sunena yata mista narikela. Although he already has hundreds of trees and millions of fruits, he is still very eager to hear about the place where sweet coconuts are available. 72. Eka falera mulya diya charipana dasakrosha haite anaya kariya yatana. He collects coconuts with great endeavor from a place 20 miles away, and he pays 4 panas each for them. 73. Pratidina panchasata palacholana sushitala karitera ke jale dubayina. Every day 5 to 7 coconuts are clipped and put into water to keep cool. 74. Bhogera samaya puna chuli samskarai Krishne samarpana kare mukha chidrakari. At the time of offering bhog, the coconuts are again clipped and cleansed. After holes are made in them at the top, they are offered to Lord Krishna. 75. Krishna sai narikela jalapanakari Kabu sunya pala rakena kabu jalabari. Lord Krishna drinks the juice from these coconuts, and sometimes the coconuts are left drained of juice. At other times, the coconuts remained filled with juice. 76. Jalasunya paladeki pandita harashita palabangi sashekare satpatra purita. When Raghava Pandit sees that the juice has been drunk from the coconuts, he is very pleased. He then breaks the coconuts, takes out the pulp, and puts it on another plate. Sasya samarpanakari bahire deyana Sasya kana Krishna kari sunya bhajana. After offering the pulp, he meditates outside the temple door. In the meantime, Lord Krishna, having eaten the pulp, leaves the plate empty. 78. Kabusasya kanapuna patrabhare samse Shradapade panditera prema sindhu base. Sometimes after eating the pulp, Krishna fills the plate again with new pulp. In this way, the faith of Raghava Pandit increases and he floats in an ocean of love. Thus ends our reading for today. All glories to Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nimalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Shanta Maharaj.